What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, live from Regal, my favorite movie theater in the world. And they take care of me. Now tonight they didn't take care of me, but we're gonna get to the bottom of that later. But let's talk about Brandon Rios. You know, what Brandon Rios are we gonna get? I hear it all the time from these fighters. B was cool. When he first was around, he was first coming up, he was humble, he was hungry. And then once those paychecks start rolling in, he started buying dumb shit and never really lived up to his potential in the ring. It was like he was BSing. Robert was scared to really say too much to him or make him want to do some work that was basically he needed. And because of that, it hindered him. Everything, his success, everything, it just completely hindered Brandon Rios, and he never grew as a fighter. I was watching him in that fight with Diego Chavez. He looked so sloppy. He looked so off balance. He wasn't right. And I'm like, man, dude, he still messed up from that fight. And only when I saw him fight, the last fight he fought against Alvarado, no matter what Mike looked like, Brandon looked like Brandon Rios. And he didn't look like that against Manny Pacquiao. He didn't look like that in the fight before Manny Pacquiao. He didn't look like Brandon Rios. And he hadn't been Brandon Rios for a long time. And now that fight, when everything was back against the wall, you know, he really had to bring it. And people's counted Brandon Rios out. He has better boxing ability than Timothy Bradley. Bradley has his athleticism. His athleticism gives him advantages. But he makes a lot of mistakes as a boxer puncher. He comes straight in the line and he sticks his chin out there and he doesn't throw correct punches on the inside. And when it's not your game, you can be in for a long night, especially with somebody like Brandon Rios who likes to work on the inside. That is not going to be a good idea for Bradley. Rios will make it into a street fight because that's what suits him best. Who do I think will win the fight? That's the bigger like pausing question for everybody. That is a 50-50 fight if I can even begin to think. Tim Bradley can win rounds, but it depends on what Rios shows up. If the old Brandon Rios shows up, he can win rounds. They'll be ugly, but he can win some rounds. And it would make a very interesting decision which way the judges will go. Will they go towards Rios? Will they go towards Bradley? Only time will tell. But I'm leaning towards Timothy Bradley right now. But I might, when it gets closer to the fight, you might see me lean and just go with Rios. So I just got to start seeing what they're looking like. But the notion is, are you ready to believe Brandon Rios is back being Brandon Rios? Or will we see the lackluster Brandon Rios? That's the bigger question that nobody's answering. But I'm finna leave out here. I told you, the Regal, this today, I'm going to have to call them because for some reason, when I come out to the Regals now, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. And when you go to a movie theater, I don't care who it is, they are supposed to, every movie, you should have the option to go and get food, whatever's on that menu, you have a right to order to and get. But what they're doing here is they're sitting over here when it's the last show, they want to cut the grill off because people want to go home. Well, hell, if you want to go home, cut the last movie off. Why the hell we even out here? You know what I'm saying? If that's the case. And I was very frustrated with that. Because I feel every show, every person that comes to see a movie, no matter what time, should have the same opportunities as anybody else. So they're going to punish me for coming to see a movie late at night? And you like, well, if you came earlier, you would have got some food. No, they should have put that in the thing on the internet. Be like, Film, go in and see a film this late, you're gonna be subject to no food. Cold popcorn. You know, it's not how you run the business, and that's normally not Regal's status quo. They're normally on top of that, but for some reason tonight they were off their game. I'm out.